Sometime back, I think last year, I published a video about Turia state and how to be in that state. I have provided the link to that video in this video's description as well as the pinned comment. After watching that video, one of the viewers asked me a very interesting question. I haven't got such a good question from English viewers for quite some time. I thought I will answer that question in detail. I'm not sure whether I will be able to cover all the points in depth in this video. If it is not possible, then I will publish a part 2 video. First question is, first part of the comment or question is, what is the effect of reaching that Turia state in my life? That's the first question. Second question, how often I'm able to be in that Turia state? And third question is, how to be in that state, how to reach that state. So these are the three questions. I'm going to start by answering the first question first. I don't prepare my talk. It just flows. That's how it has been from my first video, which I published in 2018. There is a reason for that, but I don't have time to talk about it right now in this video. Okay. What is the effect of this Turia state in my life? That's the first question. Before I answer that question, I have to tell the viewers, what is this Turia state? Turia state is a Vedic terminology. Turia is a Sanskrit word, I believe. I don't know about Sanskrit. I just learned enough to understand my spiritual experiences after it happened. A lot of discussions, a lot of documents, a lot of people preach about Turia state. But I assure you that nobody has reached that state yet at this point except me. Immediately you may think that this man has a lot of ahankar or ego. You will understand what I'm talking about at the end of this video. Before I do that, Turia state is something beyond the normal human being's waking state, dream state, and the deep sleep state. Turia state is beyond the human mind. It is beyond the human body. However much one tries to reach that state, no one can do that. You will understand the reason why at the end of this video. These days, I don't use the word Turia state because there are too many views on Turia state, especially in Hindu religion. I use the word more common yogic term, seventh chakra, which is here. Turia state is after opening the seventh chakra. Normally people cannot open that. The maximum people have reached by going after that is what is called Samadhi state. Samadhi state, they say that I have reached God. I realized God, some people say. That's not true. If you notice, they will still worship God. If we reach that state of Turia, or after opening the seventh chakra, you will not worship anything. You will know the truth, which I'm going to talk about in this video. I have provided a link to my 7th chakra opening experience. You can go and watch it. What is the effect of that Turiya state or opening of the 7th chakra? I realized over a long time, after several experiences, I realized that I am the beginning and the end. I am before creation. I am after creation. Understand very clearly how not only this world that you are witnessing has been created, the one underlying that, which is normally called Kingdom of God in Christian Bible, or God's abode. People immediately, as soon as they say God's place, where is God? They say look up and say that's where God is. No, it's not there. It's inside you. It's at a higher level frequency, which your mind and body cannot see it. There are 3 divine Jyotis which came out of me. This was created after an energy form which is separated from me, and it said, I am the word, I am Vak, I am your daughter. That's all that voice said in English, because I was used to understand in English more than in Sanskrit or in my Tamil language, mother tongue. I didn't understand what it was, what is Vak. I didn't know for quite some time that it is one of the Vedic gods, which is normally these times called Saraswati or Brahma's consort, the white light. She created the 3 eyes just magically by her words. That's her power. And I looked through those 3 eyes. 3 Jyotis, divine lights came out. The white light, the golden light, and the red light. They're all just not more small lights. They're sea of light. These 3 divine lights are worshipped in Hindu scriptures, by Hindus as Brahma, Vishnu, and Shiva, Sadasiva sometimes it's called. The one beyond that, the one which was before the 3 eyes were created, people call that as Maheshwara sometimes, Shiva sometimes, Adi Shiva sometimes, and so on and so on. There are many terminologies, but it means nothing to me. Before the 3 eyes were created, there was total darkness everywhere, but I am. Briefly, I merge with the white light, and that's what is called Chit in Hindu scriptures. Chit means, sometimes they call it divine consciousness or divine mind. And I merge with the golden light. I become what is called Vishnu in Hindu scriptures. The one consciousness, the one I am, I won't use the word consciousness, the one I am, which has 5 snakes behind. which Hindus worship as somebody lying down on the snake bed, 5 snakes bed. And I merge with the red light. I become what is in Hindu scriptures called Vinayaka, the one which has 5 ganas, 5 bhutas in Sanskrit term. To explain that in human term, these manifest as the 5 senses in human body. I also witnessed the creation of the first human being. That was a woman, not a man, Adam and Eve, as they are there, as it is portrayed in Bible. And that is me. That I am that I'm talking about is everywhere. One of my experiences is there is a white cow. All these things are symbols. Doesn't mean that there is really a white cow. There is a white cow is a representation of white jyoti, the white light, sea of white light. It is at some distance from me. Me means not the one with this body. I'll talk about it in a minute. From the white light, a lot of white rays of white light begins at the cow and then reach me and then stays with me for some time, goes back to the white light again, merges with the white light again at the white cow. Each ray gives a feeling of I. It's exactly the same I which is in the white light, which I just now called divine mind or chit, or chit. Sometimes I forget these Sanskrit terms. Hindus call Sat Chit Ananda, Satananda. And there are 3 terms there, Sanskrit terms. Chit is one, which I talked about. Ananda, Anandam, joy, divine joy. That is the golden light. Golden light is also life principle. It has the power to create. And red light is Sat, which is there, the existence, as sometimes it's called. Reality is existence. That creates this world that human beings witness. Not only human beings, but other beings also witness. Wherever in this world that you are watching, experiencing, there's a feeling of I, which has a life, and it has a body. These 3 divine lights underlie. Human body, underlying the human body, is divine red light. The life principle in the human body is that golden light. It's also love, unconditional love. which I'll be talking at the end of this video, if there is time. There are existences in this world that you are witnessing without the feeling of I, but it has life and it has a body. For example, the plants. It can reproduce itself. It has a form, body, but it doesn't have the I feeling. But animals, birds, there are several such things which has both the feeling of I am, that I feeling, and life and a body. Then there is just a body, no life in it, no I feeling. The stone, the sun, various planets that you see, witness, they are all bodies. Underlying the body there is an energy form, which is that red light. But in the Hindu Puranas, people say that sun is a living being. There is no life in it. Scientists know that. And why scientists don't see that red light that I'm talking about, which underlies all the bodies, all the sun, moon, planets, because they don't have the instrument to witness that frequency of their form, energy form. As you can see, in the beginning, there is this I am surrounded by this darkness. The I am, which is in the darkness, thinks that it is dark. This is important. The moment it is there, it thinks that it is dark. But it is beyond that, which cannot be described. That's why in the beginning of my early part of my video, I used to call that I am eternal unknown. Can never be described. That I am itself doesn't exist there in the eternal unknown state. That I am, which is in the darkness, eternal darkness, nobody has seen it. No created being has seen it, experienced it. When that I am, after merging with that white light and becoming Chit, the divine mind, forgets the state it was before. It thinks that I am Chit, I am the white light, because white light is all that it can experience. The same way, the golden light, after I am merges with that, it forgets its state before that. It thinks I am life. That's exactly what Jesus Christ said, as it was narrated by the apostle, one of the apostles in the Bible. It forgets totally. The same thing true about the red light. From Chit, from a divine mind, it wants to have the experience of being multiple. That's why divides into multiple rays. In each ray, there is an eye, divine eye, that is behind your body, and that is really you. When that light falls on the human mind, there is an eye created in the human mind. I don't have time to talk about the details. But that is not the real I am. So as soon as it enters into the human mind, it forgets the same way that it forgot after entering in the white light and the golden light and the red light. It forgets. It is a ray, pure ray from the divine mind. That is how the first human being was created. But when it was created, it knew it is divine. But it has the power to reproduce itself by its will, by using the golden light, the life principle. But over the time, it forgets because it was immersed in the beauty of what it can see using the human body, this world that you are seeing. That is what is called first sin. I don't call that as a sin. The first ignorance, avidya as they call it in Sanskrit. It forgets its true nature. Since then, it has never understood, never recovered. It is still all the human beings think that they are the human body is themselves. And they dream about the earlier state, but they never reach. They can never reach by seeking it. Because if you seek the one beyond human mind, you will experience only what you are seeking, which is in your mind. It's all imagination. That's why different religions have different gods, different forms of God. Hindu religion has tremendous number of gods. They are all imagination. There is only one I am. Every human being is a divine being, but they forgot. So this, in short, is what I learned after my first Turiya state. It didn't come to me in one situation, one experience. The first experience, opening of the seventh chakra, is the one which I sought. At that time, I didn't say that I want to reach Turiya state because I have no idea what it was. I don't even know at that time what is the word Turiya state or even seventh chakra, opening of the seventh chakra, golden light. All that I know is what people have been told in the culture that I grew up. But I totally renounced everything that I learned because all those things appeared to me as mere words. And then I didn't even assume that there is something called God. I asked, if there is God, that one should come and teach me all about it. That is what I sought with open mind, totally open mind. That is the only thing that I sought. Every other experience came to me over the time unsought. I was never seeking anything. I'll be sitting and doing some normal work. Suddenly my mind will be totally arrested. And there will be total darkness everywhere. And there will be experiences through which I learned, some of which I told you so far in this video. To answer the second question, how many times I reached the Turiya state, or the opening of the seventh chakra. Once it opened the first time, it is all the time open. I never wanted to be in the Turiya state. I didn't even know what it was at that time, as I said. But still, there is in me right now, there is a part which is divine, which has a total knowledge of the creation, destruction, everything. And there's a part of me which did PhD in computer science and artificial intelligence, did research, being a professor, coming to America, doing research in famous companies and universities, publishing papers, married, having a child. This part lived a normal family life. That part will be fully divine at the end of this incarnation. I'm here for a certain purpose. To have the full knowledge of the kingdom of God, unsought, one beyond all the religions. And with that as a background, live a normal human life. I didn't renounce after experiencing all these things. In fact, I didn't even know what I'm supposed to do with all these experiences till 2018, when I started publishing my first video. I live a normal life, even now. My wife passed away recently, about 1.5 years, almost like 2 years back. I experienced everything, including my wife's death. I worked like a normal human being. That enabled me to understand the state of human beings in this life now, with all the divisions. Division based on religion, division based on the country of origin, division based on ethnicity, language, so on and so on. And experience the difficulty of living in this divided world with the full knowledge of what is beyond in the kingdom of God, and communicate that to people. To answer the third question, I don't have much time. I'll talk about it briefly. So I thought in the beginning, there are lots of people who have experienced the opening of the seventh chakra. I learned that there is absolutely none so far. Not even Buddha reached that state. Nobody has reached that state except me. And it is not for normal people. Normal people cannot reach that state unless you are renounced about everything that you learned, as I did myself. But there is a way to reach that state. There is the way of love, unconditional love. It is not same as the love that or you have your favorite God, or your parents, or your country, or any such thing in this world. I'll talk about in the next part of this video. Please stay tuned, and if you have interest, watch that video also. Talk to you soon, folks.